Hi there, Coach Borino with you. Welcome to The Path. Boy, am I excited you're here. We're going to have a good time together. I'm really excited that you're taking this leap and you're going to build your business, build your success, and we're going to do this together. So this is chapter 1. This is the foundation of your success. This is where it all starts, in your mind. Today on this session, you're going to learn what it takes to be a successful agent and a wealthy person on the inside, what mindset is necessary for you to reach the goals and dreams that you set. So without further ado, let's get this party started. Grab a notepad, grab your binder if you already have it, or just a piece of paper is fine. Take a bunch of notes, and let's get started. There we go. Chapter 1, Money Mindset. Let's get this party started. Here's the drill. This is a classroom lesson. We're not here just to be entertained. We'll have fun. We'll have a good time. Don't worry. But use this time. Focus. Absorb the information, learn actively, allow your mind to focus on a single topic, which is how to have a money and success mindset, without all the distractions. So please don't check your phone. As a matter of fact, let me check my phone. All right, it's off. No Facebook, no email. For the time for us to spend, for it to be productive, I need your attention. And if you trust me that this is going to be time well spent, you're going to learn something useful, you will see that you can walk away inspired. You will walk away with some practical tips. Cool? So let's get going. We're going to talk about some mind tools because the mindset is the foundation of your success. It is where it all starts, and you'll see why in just a moment and how I struggled with it and how it didn't work until I finally figured out how to make it work. How to make a change and why the change is essential in order for you to reach, whether it's 50 listings or 20 or 100, whatever goal you have, it needs to be set right and you need to make these changes. We'll talk about success habits that are essential in order for you to be the rock star you want to be and how you can have it all. So this is yours truly, Rockstar Borino, at a fragile age of 24 or 25 when I first started in real estate. I came to the U.S. full of hopes. You know, I found this ad in the paper, become a real estate agent, you're going to make a lot of money, sell people's homes. I'm like, woohoo, that's going to be awesome. I left Czechoslovakia, I got my real estate license, and I got going, and this is the place where most coaches will tell you how they crushed it their first year and became this prodigy real estate agents. Well, not your coach. Coach Borino ended up in this little clunker, in my little Cadillac DeVille, where after 2 years of hustling and working and supposedly following the right map, nothing was working. I was broker than broke before. I was poor and angry and disappointed and frustrated and confused. Like, what the hell am I doing wrong? Why am I so broke? I was working hard already. It wasn't about working harder. I was putting in the hours. Like you, I put solid hours in. I think I was taking all the relevant steps. On the outside, I was. On the outside, I was doing what you're supposed to do. I was prospecting. I was following up. I was talking to people. And yet, here I was, no deals, no clients, broke, got kicked out of one bedroom that I was renting in a house down in California, and it wasn't going well. And first I thought, well, it's the market. It's the prices. It's the economy. And I didn't want to see the reality of it. I didn't want to acknowledge that the problem wasn't out there. It wasn't the market. It wasn't the clients. It wasn't any of that. It was me. My mindset and my beliefs were holding me back. I didn't know what I know now. What I want to share with you is that we all have this. This is a money thermostat. We all have this. And, you know, I was an A-type, always have been an A-type personality, so I went on a quest to figure out what the hell is going on. So the solution was not different marketing or a system or any of that. The real answer was, of course, the mind. It has a program. It's running an operating system, just like your computer or your phone. This is the money thermostat that controls how much or how little money you make. There's a limit. How long you go on the bottom before the emergency kicks in. You know, my point was being homeless. That was the emergency, and I knew back then I had to shift it. And there's also a maximum threshold. And you and I operate in this threshold. You and I move from minimum to maximum, just like a house air conditioning. When it gets too hot, it kicks in, cools air off. When it gets too cold, the heater kicks in. It's the same with money. You have the same built-in money thermostat, where you have a threshold on the bottom where you reach, you know, oh, I got to get my ass in gear, I got to make some changes. But there's also a maximum threshold, and when you reach that, you will not break through that. And this limit, this programming, is built into your subconscious mind. And it controls your behavior, controls your emotions, controls your actions. Everything around you that controls the quality of your life and the money you need to support that life is controlled by these two limits. What I would like to invite you today is to raise the threshold on the upper side. You will see that it's not only possible, but it is necessary if you want the lifestyle with the freedom, the peace of mind, and the money that you're after. See, the thing is, you can be doing all the right things, have the best intention, have the strong desire, have even the plan and the goals, and you can still fail miserably. This is what I found the hard and painful way. Take two students, two people. They're the same. They both follow the same system. They're in the same market, working about the same neighborhoods, following the same systems, doing the same things. One of them is broke and struggling. The other one is making a lot of money, having clients, taking listings. What is the difference between these two? They follow the same system. Everything is the same. The only thing that's different is their mindset. Is their mind, is the set of beliefs, and it's the programming in their subconscious mind. Now, this is not just some fictitious example. This is a real-life example. And you can see my man Steven, that's Steven Hilgard, who is Tony Robbins' #1 coach. He's traveling across the country, coaching people, helping people, signing them up for big Tony events and stuff. Very smart guy, cool guy, good friend. He met these two guys, these two. He met them. He was in an office, same training, two guys, same time in the business. Everything was the same. One successful, one struggling. The only difference between being broke and money was the mindset. That's what Steve discovered. You can watch a coaching session I have in a listing university, log into the listing university and look it up. It's called the Mind Hacks, where Steve talks about these two guys that he met. So what is going on? Well, there are two parts to your success. Two items that are in control, two parts of your mind. There is Captain Will. That's the conscious, logical part. That's the will, of the willpower. And that is the power, the engine that drives the ship of you through the ocean of life, so to speak. Let's use a little metaphor here. So you make a decision. You set a goal. I'm going to make $250,000. So Captain Will issues an order, and he goes to the engine room. The engine and the rudder, that's the subconscious mind, is where the power center is. This is where things actually move. Now, there's a problem with the dudes in the engine room. They don't see where they're going. They don't understand logic. They don't understand words. They respond to emotions and images. That's it. They don't understand words or reasoning. They're not based on logic. That's the will, the captain up there. The power is strictly based on emotional programming. Now, they run on autopilot. Most of the programming of your subconscious mind are these autopilot loops. Based on what? Your expectations, your beliefs, the routines and habit, and also the chatter of the drunken monkey. We'll get to it in a moment. But your life, 5% is governed by your will, by the logical, rational mind. The rest, 95% of it, up to 95%, is based on habitual patterns. So, things like daily rituals and habits and patterns we do, we love most of our part in these repetitive, predictable behavioral patterns. From how you brush your teeth to how you're making money. Now, very often these patterns are good. They help us. But sometimes they can be a hindrance. So our subconscious is running this autopilot. It is in control, and it's happening behind the scenes. You're not logically, consciously aware of the programming going on in the engine room. So this is called the under the conscious awareness. Now, often these habits are helpful. I mean, think about it. You have a habit of brushing your teeth or taking a shower. All these automated actions would require a lot of brain power to process logically. They would drive you crazy. They would exhaust you. So there's no need for it. But when it comes to success and money, these things can cause a lot of trouble, which was my case too. Your current financial situation, where you are today, how much money you're making, how much money you're going to make next month, all that is a direct result of your daily thoughts and actions. These are your habits. Your daily thoughts and your actions create rituals that result in your income. But one day, you hear this crazy guy Borino, you go on Borino Live, or you see one of my videos, or you get one of my programs, says, okay, I gotta change. It's time to change. One day you say, time to change, gonna be different. Time for a new approach and new results. Now, remember those guys in the subconscious, in the engine room? They have a little critter there called the monkey, the drunken monkey. Drunken monkey is your subconscious mind that resists change. Fair warning. Monkey likes status quo, because status quo means safety. The purpose of the drunken monkey, the purpose of your subconscious mind and that voice that keeps chatting with you throughout the day all the time is to protect you from harm. Because from its perspective, change is dangerous. Habits mean comfort. We are comfort creatures, right? You've heard that. Your mind likes comfort, it likes safety. And it's been like that for millions of years. This goes back to our programming that's 285 million years old. When we're kind of helpless, kind of slow, weak, and pretty small to all the other critters out there who were just looking for a tasty lunch, and which we often ended up with as a tasty lunch, because everything out there was either faster than us, stronger than us. So we were trained to be skittish, be scared, and stay with what is familiar and what is safe. That's how the form of the drunken monkey actually happened. That's where the core programming came from. We are scared of almost everything. You talk to a client, you talk to a prospect, you talk about change, you talk about moving, you talk about new concepts, new words like CMA, price per square foot, marketing, advertising. All these things sound scary to us if we're not familiar with it, and your clients are not familiar with it. Be careful. I gotta warn you, as you try to implement changes we talk about here, the monkey will do all kinds of tricks to try to talk you out of it, and to distract you. It will create boredom, it will make you lose focus, even right now, as you're watching this session. It's probably chatting away. You probably feel compelled about now, let's check that email, or let's send that text, or let's see what's on Facebook. Or maybe, I'm getting hungry, right? You need to have a bite to eat. Don't let it trick you and deceive you. Your captain's order needs to be focus. Focus. Stay with it. Now, in the book that you either already received or you're about to receive in the welcome package for the path, we talk in the greater detail about the monkey and how to deal with that little critter. Go through it. Do the exercises. It should take you probably a couple hours at the most. It's about 100 pages total, but a lot of it is where you're going to fill out things, you're going to write things down. Do that. Do all the exercises. They're fun. They're kind of cool. They're fun. I like doing them. I designed it for you to have a good time with it. You're going to discover some things about you, and it's going to bring you a lot of clarity. Expect major shift in the mindset quickly. What you learn, and what some of you probably are familiar with already, is that in the core of our behavior, because we were so slow and weak, is fear. Fear. Fear of discomfort, fear of failure, fear of loss. It's going to be too hard. It's going to be rejection. I have to put up with emotions and tensions that people deal with. Our monkey mind is very skittish and scared of any change, so it's going to freak out once in a while. Just be ready for it. Be prepared for it. Now, as far as the fear, we are born with two. There are only two fears, fear of falling and fear of loud noises. That's what babies are scared of. Everything else is a learned fear. That means every learned fear, you can also unlearn. You can change. All of this, everything required in order for you to make a lot of money, be successful, live a luxurious, comfortable lifestyle, everything that is on the journey there, you can learn, including mastering the fear and expanding your comfort zone. Because all of it, the programming that is running your mind, is based on just one word, and that's beliefs. Your core beliefs, especially those driven by fear. Here's what you need to know. If your fear is greater than your desire to reach your goals, the fear will always override your goals. It will win every single time. It's a self-preservation mechanism. It's a self-protection system. So, question for you. What core beliefs are holding you back? What is running in the programming of your mind right now that is causing you to either slow progress or no progress, or in some cases even sliding back? So let's find out real quick. Go through these expressions I'm going to show you on the screen in just a moment. Write these down. I'm sure you're writing things down as we go, right? You're taking a lot of notes. Put them in your binder. Use your binder as a central resource. That will be a place where all the answers will be, where your notes will be, your aha inspiration moment will be, all that stuff, even questions you have for me, so that when you and I get on our live call, you can ask questions, we can chat about all this. So write things down. What I would like you to do is be completely honest with yourself right now. There are two ways to initiate changes you need in order for you to reach the goals you set. First one is, of course, you need to know where you are, and then we decide where you're going to go. But what is the first thing that comes to your mind when you see these? I am, money is, my life is, real estate is, and my future is. Write down real quick, pause the video if you have to, but write down what are the first thoughts, first reactions, first emotions you feel, first beliefs that pop when you see these. What does that tell you? Okay, so do it right now. Done? Make sure you did it. I see you. I see you right through the screen. I'm watching you. You haven't finished yet. I'm going to have a sip of this lovely espresso. I wait for you to finish. Come on. All right, finished? Good. So now you can see that there may be a belief or two that you're holding right now that may be holding you back. Like mine was, money is hard to come by. For years, I used to believe it's really hard to make money. Money is hard to come by. There's no such thing as easy money. Money doesn't grow on trees. And because of that belief, any conditions or people or circumstances, anything that was out there to help me make money easy and make a lot of money, I would fuck it up. I would figure out a way to derail it, to sabotage myself, to destroy any opportunity unless it was hard. And it took me a long time to figure this out. So I want to offer you a little shortcut. If there are these beliefs that are holding you back, let's flush those out. Now, the road I took, I don't recommend it. But one way to make these changes is called the crash method. That's the one I use, where you create a level of pain and discomfort so great that it triggers instant change or a very quick, rapid change. And this can be something with your health, something with money, anything. You know people like that who create such a big crisis in their life or in their relationship or in their business, in their personal life, that they simply have to change. There is no other way. Me being homeless, that's one of the examples. Now, this method is effective because it creates so much pain, and pain is a very, very strong driver. Remember, the monkey is very much afraid of discomfort and pain. And once the discomfort of pain of the current circumstances is greater than, let's say, discomfort of prospecting, you're going to get your ass out there and prospect. But not until then. So it is effective, but it's a hard way to change. I really don't recommend it. I'm speaking from experience. So you don't have to go homeless in order for you to become successful and wealthy. One way. The other way is pleasure. You built such a vivid image of your future. You make it so exciting, so compelling, that not getting it would not be an option. It would be painful not to live it. And getting it builds this momentum that's going to suck you, that's going to pull you, and it's going to expand that upper limit of your thermostat. And you simply will not cease, you will not stop, because the only question you're going to be asking is, how do I get there? What is my next step? What is my next step? What is my next step? Where you can't wait to get going, where anything that is in your way to reach it is just a little speed bump, just a little obstacle where you figure out how to get over it, get through it, under it, around it. You're going to find a way. And of course, I'm here to help you find the way, of course, as well. But it is the pull of that future that is making life so exciting, that the journey to it, that will require discomfort, obviously, that will require some stretch of your comfort zone, obviously, is all worth it. It is the price you're absolutely willing to pay. Because the bottom line is this, and one of the core beliefs that I would like you to accept from now on, embrace it, is that you can have it all. This is always, at the beginning, the biggest challenge. To be able to accept that, yes, you can have it all. You can have great clients. You can make a lot of money. You can have a good relationship. You can have a healthy lifestyle. You can drive that nice Lexus. You can live in a beautiful home. You can have investment properties. You can live debt-free. All that is yours for taking. Anything is possible, and everything is within your reach. That is the first belief you have to adopt in order for the rest to work. Now, maybe you're still hesitant, and that's okay. You will say, well, everything? It may be sometimes hard to believe, right? Everything. Everything. That means all those dreams and desires and goals that you're thinking about, that you're dreaming, that you're hoping for, wishing for, are attainable. This is the most challenging part. So whatever is on your list, whatever is on your vision board, whatever you're dreaming and hoping and talking to your spouse about and discussing with friends, whatever it is that you're lining up is there for you. And it's based on one simple principle. And the principle is this: your past does not equal your future. That is the biggest hurdle to overcome. Just because you don't have it now, just because last week things really didn't work out, just because you didn't get that listing yesterday, doesn't mean you will not be able to do it. Because we as human beings, we always want to control. We want to control future and reality. How? By recreating how it occurred in the past. Those are the loops we talked about. And the environment nurtures that. People around you nurture it. That's the loop we talked about. But your past does not equal your future. You today are not who you were just a while ago. You're not the same person, not just psychologically, intellectually, emotionally, spiritually, but physically. You have a brand new stomach lining every 4 days. You have a new skin every 30 days. A new liver cells in 6 weeks. I can use that. The cells on the lung surface renew every 2 to 3 weeks. Your blood cells are only 4 months old. You can change and renew yourself constantly. And now is the perfect opportunity to change your future as well. You become the quantum creator. That means you're being very clear on two things. You're clear on what matters to you the most. That's the foundation. What is it that you're after? And the second, why you want it. You're going to hold this clear intention of what you want and why it matters. We're not going to worry about how yet. We're going to get to that. And the monkey will be the first one. Not too realistic. How are you going to get there? That's impossible to get. That's too far out and so much money, and then other agents don't make it and blah, 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 blah. Be okay with that? We'll deal with it. But getting the clarity, what is it that you're after and why it matters, how intense is that drive, will be the fuel that will propel you towards, that will pull you towards it. And you will not stop until you get it. So the clarity comes from how to have the best year ever. It is an exercise. You either have just done it. If you have just done it, now you know what is it that is pulling you. If you haven't done it recently, and I mean maybe within the last 60 days, go through it again. There's a link here, right here on this page. Follow that link, do the exercise. You can skip the part where I talk about the training and all that, but do the actual steps where you get absolutely clear what kind of lifestyle are you building, not just for yourself, but for the people around you, your clients, people who you love, your family, your friends maybe. Be totally clear. And if it's not coming, if you just feel like, well, I just want to pay my bills and I just want to do here, there, and there, you're not digging deep enough. Bullshit. There's way more. There's way more that you can get and want from life. You almost have an obligation to ask for big things because there's so much big available. And we've just trained by the reality, by the past experiences, that it's too hard, it's too far, it's too much. Nonsense. No such thing. So if you're going to walk away just with one emotion, one feeling, one thing, is I want you to walk away with the idea of dreaming big. Dreaming so big, in fact, that all of this becomes just kind of like this playful game of what else can I ask for, what else can I have, what else is out there for me. And the way to get there, there's the essential element, and that is trust. Trust that it's all coming, that you can trust yourself, you can trust me, you can trust the universe, the higher power, the God, whatever name you feel comfortable with, doesn't matter, it's just a label. But it's going to all work out just fine. You got this. And there are people and events and circumstances lining up right now to help you. And finding that belief, which is more than just a logical, rational, rah-rah, I'm going to believe because Borino said so. It's more of a deep, inside-rooted comfort knowing, I got this. It's going to be all right. And then you find the biggest driver. Like for me, it's my family. Doing fun stuff with my family. I have 2 kids. I have a wife. And I just love doing nice things for them and with them, and it inspires me to no end. That is my big why, is to be able to provide for the 3 people that matter to me the most. And it's beyond just make money and pay bills. But I'm very specific. Like, I can share with you right now, if I may, kind of a personal big goal. We want to build a big house. We have a dream that in the near future, we want to build a nice big house right on the lake near where we live. That's our big goal. And we talk about it, we dream about it, we have pictures about it. I'm looking at a picture right now here on my wall, and my son Philip builds these little models from wood, and it's a like big fun thing. And I know it's going to get there. I know one day we're going to move into that house, and you're going to be invited maybe through a video, a picture or something, and you're going to see that it's possible. And the reason I'm sharing with you this personal goal of mine is because you have dreams and goals just like that. Then it's just a matter of focus, the universal law of focus. And that means is what you focus on, you give energy to. What you think about, what you talk about, even unconsciously dwell on, you give more energy to. You're asking for more of what you focus on, and consequently you're going to get more of what you focus on. So if you want to make rapid changes, and if things are not going very well right now, I would encourage you, don't dwell on it, don't talk about it, don't think about it, don't focus on it, don't share with others, don't post it on Facebook, don't do any of that, because you're just asking for more, because you're feeding more attention and more energy. Focus more on what you want. Talk about how you want things to be. The clients you want, the transactions you want, the money you want, the lifestyle you want, all that. Give it your undivided attention, where you're deliberately letting go of things you don't want by not giving them attention and feeding energy. Give your mind the chance to shift focus on the stuff that matters to you. One example of many how this works, there's a great book called Evolve Your Brain by Dr. Joe Dispenza. And he talks about a research where the subjects were mentally rehearsing piano exercises for a couple hours a day, 5 days a week. For 5 days, for 1 week. They never actually touched piano keys. Now here's an interesting thing. They demonstrated that almost the same brain changes developed in these people, happen in these people, as people who are physically playing the identical movements on a piano keyboard at the same time. That's pretty crazy. Your thoughts literally changed the shape of your brain. So the brain scans show that all the participants activated and expanded clusters of neurons in the same specific area of the brain. How cool is that? So the group who mentally rehearsed grew nearly the same number of brain circuits as the group who physically engaged in the activity, in practicing the piano. So what this study means is 2 important things. Not only can we change our brains, our minds, just by thinking differently, but we truly focus on single-minded. The brain does not know the difference between the internal world, the world of the mind, and what we experience as the external environment. So that means our thoughts can become our experience. Are you getting this? This is critical to your success, or failure, hopefully not, in the business to replace old habits, to prune the old neural connections with the new ones. Now, I know the first thing you want to jump in is new prospecting, new dialogues, new marketing, and all that. That will come, and it is essential. But it's got to start in your mind. That mental rehearsal is a very important tool in breaking the old patterns and habits that may be holding you in place. You break those, everything else is just next step, and next step. Make sense? So, if you repeatedly think about something to the exclusion of everything else, you encounter a moment when the thought becomes the experience. Focus on it long enough, think about it long enough, and do it genuinely, and your thoughts become the experience. Now, we're not talking about some new age woo-woo stuff, of course. This is not just about sitting on a couch or on a meditation cushion for hours. It's more than that. There is a neurochemical relationship between the brain and the body. In other words, there is science behind all this shit. I didn't want to believe it. I thought it's got to be simple. You know, this is actually pretty simple if you really think about it. You think about it long enough, it's going to change. It's got to. As you think certain thoughts, the brain produces chemicals that cause you to feel exactly the way you're thinking. You think about stressful situation, you think about shitty clients, that's how you're going to experience it. And that's what you're going to invite more of. So just shift it. Once you feel the way you think, you begin to think the way you feel. It's all connected in one loop. This continuous cycle creates a feedback loop, which is called the state of being. Your thoughts have incredible power to shape your future, to shape the reality around you, to shape you, yourself, make physical changes, and then impact the world all around you. Well, take my wife, Hannah. She always finds money. We could be walking somewhere, go for a cup of coffee, or go for a walk, and she would bend down, and on the sidewalk, there's a penny, there's a quarter, there's a dime. She always finds money, which is really interesting, and it is because her mind is open to the possibility. She is in the receiving mode, appreciating even a little penny, because she knows if she welcomes and appreciates the little gifts of money from the universe, the big gifts are coming. And sure enough, she has a very successful, very prosperous staging business. But it all starts with an appreciating and in the mindset of receiving, where you know there is plenty coming your way. Money, wealth, success, happiness, joy, all the good stuff. Now, there are tools that will help you maintain the focus of the future you're creating. One of my favorite ones, that's pretty much the easiest, most fun to use, is a vision board. Because now you're visually processing the future. You're reminding yourself constantly. You're creating the chemicals and the emotions all linked together, pulling you towards the things you want. It will help you, it will remind you, it will inspire you to stay focused on what matters. A vision board will bring into focus all the important clues, nudging you in the right direction of your dreams. You've heard it before. Where the energy goes, where the attention goes, energy flows. You feed your subconscious with more and more positive energy, positive expectations, because you get more of what you focus on. So help your mind stay visually focused on everything that matters to you the most. One of your assignments is to either update or put together your vision board. There's a training I did on it. You're going to access it. There's a link right here on the page. Go check it out. There are examples of some of my student real estate agents who use this tool and show you, demonstrate examples how they succeeded. Not to mention some pop stars who achieved some great success, and many others who are big believers in vision board, including me. They're fun to make. They work. Use it. To create a new personal reality, a new life, you must create a new personality. You must become someone else. To change the personal reality, changing your personality is essential. Now, right now, your monkey heard the word change and went, wow, no change. We don't want to change. Oh, no, it's going to be hard. It's not going to work. It didn't work in the past. Here's what it means. You move confidently towards your desires, whether you have 12 listings, you have 7 under contract, you have 4 buyers negotiating a deal, and you have $110,000 in cash in bank account. It doesn't matter. Your circumstances will change based on your inner changes as a resulting behavior. So you think, you feel, you speak, and you act as the agent who you want to become, as the person who you want to become, as the successful business person, as the successful human, the great human you want to be. All that has to be congruently pointing towards the goal where you're going. So you talk, you think, you move, you communicate as an agent with who lists 50 listings in 50 weeks or more, okay? I don't want to catch you still think small thoughts of an agent who's doing 5 deals a year. That's not you anymore. That's not who you are. 50 or more, it's out there. Other agents are doing it. Why the hell not you? Of course you can. But this is how you start. This is where the shift has to occur first. And then take a little baby steps. Start getting the taste of the lifestyle you're after. So a couple of things you can do is baby step towards your future. Have a cocktail in a very upscale swanky lounge, for example. Go to a nice hotel, have a little cocktail, experience what a lifestyle would be like. You want a nice new car? Go drive that Tesla. Go check out the dealership. Oh, you can't test drive it, that's right. But there, you know how they have the dealerships in the mall? Go check it out, sit in one, see what it's like. You don't need to spend a lot of money to start making these subtle shifts in the way your lifestyle is shifting towards the things you want. The idea is to start reprogramming your subconscious mind and start taking on this new identity. So you're going to hang out with successful people, you emulate, maybe on rock stars, chat up some people who are doing well. Order travel brochures. Get some cruise brochures. Go preview homes in an upscale neighborhood. Buy a tie in Nordstrom. Start getting a taste of the lifestyle that's waiting out there for you. You have another tool that came or will come in the welcome package you're going to get from us, and that's $1 million bill. This is a visual, constant reminder of the wealth and possibilities all around you. I have one right here in front of me. I'm looking at it right now. Put it somewhere where you can constantly see it. This is a reminder that you're entering your time, your year, your opportunity. And of course, it's way more just the money. Money is just a means. It's just a means that will unlock the freedom to choose the things you want. But this not only represents the potential, but the path to the freedom, to the peace of mind, to the lifestyle that you're building. So keep it handy at all times. Because when you feel like fucking around, and trust me, there will be days like that. We all have them. I have them. All you got to do is just look at the dollar, the $1 million bill, look at your vision board, and make a conscious decision. Am I moving away by not getting the job done, not doing what's necessary? Am I getting the emotions like, well, I don't feel like doing it, I don't like doing it, in a way, or am I moving closer? And now it becomes a choice that you're aware of, that you're not sabotaging yourself subconsciously like I used to. On the contrary, you're going to feel pulled. You're going to feel inspired rather than just motivated. You know, I love to ride motorcycles. It's one of my passions. I've been doing it for many, many years. And there's this thing in bike riding called target focus. Where you're looking is where you're going. Whatever you focus on is where the bike is going to go. Now, some new riders, they think, well, I have to look at that pothole in front of me. Well, guess what? You're going to go straight for it. Your focus is your target. There was this one time we were riding from Los Angeles to Big Bear, California. It's a beautiful ride. We're going through the San Gorgonio wilderness, through the back road, and you have these nice windy turns, and it's a lot of fun. And this one turn was coming up, and I was going a little too fast for it. It was a left turn, and I looked at the railing, you know, and I was looking at the railing, and I was going straight for it. I had to snap in the last second, otherwise, boom, I'd be flying right over it. It's the same thing in real estate. At the beginning, you know, prospecting and following up for me, all that stuff was scary and uncomfortable. I was sitting in a car trying to approach an expired listing, and I was sitting there for 20 minutes, couldn't get out of the car because I was so scared. I always had thought I would be bothering people and they would get angry and they would reach through the phone and strangle me. Seriously, I was really tense and nervous. And of course, my results always matched my expectations and my focus. No wonder I was not getting anywhere. It's all because of the mirror principle. The mirror principle states, to a surprising degree, people act towards you the way you expect them to. So you want more pleasant conversations, you want more nicer people, better results, then it's time to change the expectations and the focus. So what I did was, instead of in my head having a mind movie playing how people will be nasty and irritated or they will not pick up the phone at all, I rewrote that mind script. I started right before I would make the calls or prospecting or following up any type of money activities. I would picture Harry and Martha. This lovely couple who their property expired. They were sitting at home, kind of disappointed, kind of frustrated, confused, not knowing what to do. And then I called, and we had a pleasant conversation over the phone, and I felt and almost saw the connection between us, how they were relieved that somebody reached out to them who wanted to help, which was me. Then I pictured myself knocking on the door. They open the door, they welcome me in. They're pleasant people. We shake hands, we smile. Everybody's nice. They show me through the house. We walk through the property. We have a nice conversation. Everything is just flowing very easily. We sit at the kitchen table. I ask them some questions, take some notes. And I can just see in their face how relieved they are that finally they get to encounter an agent who is different, somebody who has their best interests at heart, who is not just a typical manipulative salesperson, but someone who wants to help, who is genuine and authentic. Then I picture myself getting the listing signed, and everything is going well. I get a good offer for them, they sign, everybody is ecstatic that they get to move. They feel very happy and very relieved. I see myself putting a sold sign up. Then I see myself closing the transaction. I see how I hand them the closing papers, their check. They give me the keys to the property. We hug, and they're happy and relieved because they're on the way. I solved their problem, and I made their dream come true. I see myself celebrating with my family another closing. And you know what happened? One day I actually did meet Harry and Martha, very close to the description I always pictured in my head. So before you start making any money activities, before you sit down to make phone calls, well, you shouldn't be standing up, you shouldn't be sitting down, but before you go out there, before you do an open house, before you do your follow-up, anything where you're going to be generating business, prospecting, expect success. Set new expectations. Expect that it will work. Expect to get great leads. Expect to meet motivated clients who need your help, somebody who has a problem to which you have a solution. Expect to get appointments, expect to get great listings, and expect to make money. Now, this is not going to be easy. I don't want to blow smoke up your ass and pretend that real estate is easy. It is not. But do expect to have a good time. Do expect to be a challenge and a success, and all the rewards you're looking for are coming your way. What's going to happen is you will align your focus, your beliefs, your expectations, and all your actions. That's the path to the new future. These need to be aligned. Your focus, your beliefs, your expectations, and actions, which will build a momentum to reprogram your core, to give the guys down in the engine room new directions, new course. All these I've used on my journey. One of the ones I use is meditation, because it resets the mind. This is one of the easiest and also the fastest way to change your neurobiology and to change your state. 15-20 minutes every day, it's all it really takes. And from the neurobiological view, meditation produces more coherent brain waves, which brings focus. So it's really good for you. Meditation produces a new state of being because it creates a new personality. A new personality produces a new personal reality. See how it's all connected? You are reconditioning your mind by bypassing the conscious analytical mind and accessing the power of the center of your subconscious mind through meditation. So the captain is on board, crew is on board. You know, I do like gadgets and I love meditation, so I figured why not combine those two, my passion for gadgets and meditation. So here's the device I use. This is a neurosensing device that senses your brain, the activity of your brain, and you turn it on and it syncs up with your smartphone. It's called the Muse, and it has these sensors. Can you see there? There are here, here, and here, and you put it on like this, and it senses the activity of your brain. So as you're meditating, it connects to the smartphone and you wear headphones, and through audio feedback, it will tell you whether your brain is calm or there's a lot of activity going. And they have these different soundscapes. There's one like an ocean, one is like a storm coming. So the more noise and the more complex the sounds are, the more chatty or the more active your brain is, which will help you just calm it back down. So it's a pretty cool device. It's not cheap, but I do like using it. It's called the Muse. Habit is a behavior pattern that is repeated regularly and tends to occur unconsciously. Some of our habits are great. We talked about those. Reinforce those. Some may be holding you back. That's why it's so important to be aware of the mind food. My grandpa used to say, Grandpa Mike used to say, you can't bring a chicken into the kitchen and end up with a steak dinner. So that means no amount of skills and determination or discipline can produce a steak out of chicken. What you put in your mind is what you're going to get out. Everything matters. Look at these habits. 1 hour per day on smartphones. According to Nissan Media, this is how much time we spend. Average American, 1 hour per day. 16 times per day on Facebook. 16 logins. Average person logs into Facebook 16 times. 5 hours per day on television. Now, question for you. Do you think there's a relationship between an average agent making $38,000 a year and watching 5 hours of goddamn television and most of it garbage and news and all that shit? It's time to change some habits and remove the distraction. Is it easy? No, of course not. But it is necessary. And in the chapter where we're going to talk about time management, I'm giving even more tools and more guidance how to be in control of your time. Enjoy life, of course. But remember, the people you interact with, the books you read, the news you watch or read, the music you listen to, the conversations you have, the television you watch, the radio you listen to, the internet consumption of all the information, everything matters. Everything creates your reality. What you focus on, you give energy to, you ask more of. So become diligent, become a guardian of the input. Don't let the chicken in the kitchen if you want to end up with a steak dinner. So become vigilant. Because if you're not, the media, the technology, and everything that distracts us will pull you and suck you in this vortex where not only time is an issue, but the content you're putting in your mind becomes the determining factor of where you're going on this journey. Read good books. I'm going to give you 4. You're going to pick 2. These are 4 most influential books that I know of that will help you reset your mind and point you in the right direction. The classic one, Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Get a copy, read it. Second one, You're a Badass by Jen Sincero. Excellent book, fun read, very inspirational, tons of great advice. My man Tony Robbins and his Awaken the Giant Within. Brilliant book, lots of helpful tools and strategies. And Dr. Joel Dispenza, we talked about breaking the habit of being yourself. Read good books. These 4 changed my life. My recommendation, in the next 30 days, before we jump on chapter 2, pick 2 and read them. Now, if you want to read all of them, more power to you, that's even better. But start with 2. What you want to do is saturate yourself with success. Create a success saturation where you immerse yourself in thoughts and actions and sensory input of success. And it's like going to the gym. It will never stop. You cannot stop this because the entropy would kick in and will suck you right back into negativity and bullshit and conflict and all that stuff that's preventing you from experiencing your full potential, full income, and the success you're after. Saturate yourself. Soak yourself in success. Be immersed with it constantly. Read good stuff. Listen to good stuff. Watch good stuff. When you join a group where change seems possible, the potential for that change to occur becomes more real. So when people join groups, like AA meetings or a church or a mastermind, the power of that group, how to behave and what to believe, happens whenever people come together. Great accelerator of change. Belief is easier when it occurs within the community. That's why I created this community. First Rockstars, and now within Rockstars we have the inner circle of the past students. Use it. Join the group, interact, help, support, inspire, ask questions, network, and connect with other like-minded people just like you. It's never going to be a big group. It's not meant to be. You know how they say it's pretty lonely on the top? Yeah. There are not many people like you willing to take this journey. Sacrifice the time, the effort, the energy. Taking risks, building a lifestyle on your terms, where you're not taking the secure route of taking a paycheck and living in some stupid cubicle with some idiot boss, taking orders and trading 5 days of your life for 2 days of freedom just to get a steady paycheck. You're an adventurer. You're like that ship on the ocean, sailing towards the unknown, enjoying the freedom, even though sometimes it can get a little scary. But you gotta live as if your prayers and dreams have all been answered. That's the fastest way to get there. Live today as if it was a year from now. Now here's what I mean. Imagine you were certain that something exciting or great was about to happen to you. So if you knew without a doubt, there'd be no worry, no sadness, no fear, no stress, nothing. You would be lifted, right? So think about it this way. I'll give you a call one day and I'll say, you know what? I have an extra ticket for a 7-day vacation to Fiji. I'd like you to come. Bring your family, let's go. I'm taking my family, no strings attached, doesn't cost you anything. We're leaving in 3 weeks. How would you feel? Would you feel like you'll get happy, you're anticipating? Your body would begin to change, physiologically respond ahead of the actual experience, right? There'd be no doubt, there'd be no fear. You'd be excited, you'd be looking forward to it. Same thing here. Feel the pull of the next 12 months or whichever time we're going to spend together. And all the cool clients you get to meet and help, and all the commissions that are coming your way, all the money you're going to make, all the cool changes that are about to happen. So when you wake up tomorrow morning, either listen to this part, and I'm going to probably produce it for you. Not probably. We're going to produce it for you as an MP3, so you can put it as an audio file on your phone if you want to listen to it every morning. We're going to make some cool music to it. Start your day as the agent who is already in the future. All things work together for good for me today. This is a new and wonderful day for me. There will never be another day like this one. I am guided by the universe all day long, and whatever I do, I will prosper. My mind is full of passion and positive expectations. I am a spiritual and mental magnet, attracting to myself all the right things, people, and circumstances that help me prosper. I'm going to be a wonderful success helping others and sharing my gifts with the world. I'm definitely going to be happy all day long. Part of your package is the Mind Matrix Plus program. Use it. It's an audio program where you have these 15, 20-minute tracks. to remove barriers, to resolve old conflicts and beliefs that may be holding you back. Start reprogramming your mind using these tracks. Nothing fancy. There are no hidden messages. Oh, send Borino a lot of money. None of that. You hear my voice. It's a guided meditations with some nice music and 3D audio. That's really all it is. I built it originally. I recorded it for myself to help me rest and sleep and start reprogramming my mind. And some people really liked it, so I started offering it to clients. They started getting great results as a result. You're going to read about Roxy, for example. She swears by it. She loves this stuff. So Mind Matrix is there for you. There are separate audio tracks. Load them up. Listen to one every evening before you go to sleep. There are also a couple of day tracks you can listen to during the day to get your day started right, to start the programming right, so you're on your way. Now, is this a magic pill? No, of course not. There's no such thing as success without work and discipline, obviously. But the critical difference is your actions are no longer based solely on motivation and discipline, which is outside forces, usually driven by fear, right? What happens if I don't do it? What happens if I don't succeed? What happens if I don't prospect? That's a push force. Instead of the push force, you act based on a pull, and that's inspiration. That's the inner force. Way more powerful. And certainty that you're going to get to your destination. It's going to happen. It's a beautiful feeling, isn't it? And this is the final step, gratitude. Under what circumstances, here we go. You typically feel grateful. When do you normally feel grateful? You may answer, well, I'm grateful for my family. I'm grateful for people I have in my life, the nice home we have, my friends, my real estate business, for the most part. What those things have in common is they're already in your life. Generally, we're grateful for something that already has happened or is already present in our life. We've been conditioned into believing that we need a reason for things like joy and motivation, to feel gratitude, be in love, feel the love. That means you're relying on the external reality to make us feel differently. That's the old model. Now, the new model you're learning is to change something within you, in your mind and in your body, in your thoughts and feelings, before you experience the physical advance and evidence in advance with your senses. So here's what that means. Give thanks and feel the elevated emotions associated with desired event before it occurs. Just like that trip to Fiji, before you get there, you can already picture, I'm going to wear this bathing suit, and I'm going to do this, and I'm going to eat that, and we're going to experience all that. Can you imagine the reality so completely that you begin in the future now? In terms of this quantum creating, can you give thanks for something that exists as a potential? And it hasn't happened in your reality yet. It's happening, it's unfolding, it's coming. If so, you're moving from cause and effect, waiting for something outside to make the change inside of you, to causing an effect. That means you're changing something inside of you to produce an effect outside. That's the gratitude. That's the appreciation. That's the pull of the future you're building for yourself. All right, it's homework time. Oh, homework time. Back to school. Yes, it is. Here are your assignments you complete before we get together for Chapter 2 in 30 days. Read the Path workbook. Like I said, it's either on the way or you have it already. Go through it, complete all the exercises, go cover to cover, do it once or twice or 3 times, it's fine. It is loaded with more tips, more guidance, more techniques to help you. Shouldn't take long and should be kind of fun. Homework number 2. Watch the Best Year Part 1 and Part 2. You can skip the path, the promotion where I talk about the path. But you must complete the work. So you have a very clear picture of your ideal lifestyle. Where are you headed? This will change everything. It will require you to evolve, but you need to have a starting point and a destination. That's what we do there. We take a snapshot of where you are, and we take a roadmap to take you where you want to go. We'll work on how part during our time together on the path. So do the exercises, write it down the way I go through it, pause it if you have to, do the calculations. It's pretty simple stuff. But create your roadmap. Don't pass go, don't collect, what is it, $100 or whatever it is, before you do this. Homework number 3, complete the success contract. There is a success contract, PDF, download, print it, read it, sign it, and then review it frequently. I encourage you, if there is a significant other in your life, somebody who's part of your team, family, spouse, sibling, involve them. Make them be a witness of the journey you're about to take so that they're on your team, they support you, they guide you, they cheer you on, and they help you whenever you need their help. So they know this is where we're going together. You're not in this alone. So make them part of it. Print the contract, run it by them, and then review it. Remind yourself, what am I doing? Why am I doing it? Where am I going? Homework number 4. Watch the vision board. Put together a vision board. If you have one, just update it. Keep it visible. It works great. It is a fun tool that will keep reminding you, that will pull you, that will inspire you, but it will also hold you accountable. Homework number 5, read at least 2 of the mindset books. Pick any 2 or any other ones that resonate with you, that compel you to read. That's great. These 2 are 2 of the 4 that I'm suggesting would be my preference. Start building new habits. Start paying attention. What are the habitual patterns in your life that you feel like you need to change? Don't go too big. Don't make your monkey freak out. Start gentle, but diligently start building and working on these habits, moving towards the new you. And the final one, what's your mental intakes? The stuff you watch, the stuff you read, the things you talk about, the people you meet, all that matters. If you take the average income of 5 of your closest friends, that's your average income. So yes, maybe it's time to upgrade your friends. Find some little more affluential friends, maybe. I'm only partially joking. I'm here to help. I'm here to support you. I'm here to inspire you. I'm looking forward to working in all this stuff with you. I'm looking forward to our live interaction. I'm very much looking forward to the opportunity to reshape your future, your lifestyle, who you are and who you want to become. And I appreciate this opportunity very much. If there is anything I can do, please jot these questions down. There's no such thing as wrong question. The only wrong question is the one you don't ask. I encourage you, ask as many as you can during our live calls. There's a calendar here on the path on the website. Please put it on your calendar when our next session will be. Come join us. If you can make them live, we post the recordings for you. We're here for you. Well done. You made it to the end of chapter 1. Congratulations. Good job. Do all the homework. Do